Hello, welcome to For What It's Earth podcast, with a sustainability, nature, climate action podcast that makes big green issues bite-sized and ponders whether there's anything that we can do to try and help save the planet a little bit. I'm Emma.
And I'm Sophie. Thanks for joining us along our journey as we try to navigate this journey of living slightly greener lives.
It's a bumpy road.
It's a bumpy road. There's usually a few laughs along the way.
A few oil-filled potholes.
Good. But yeah, here we are.
Yes, this here is a listeners' questions episode, isn't it? So it's a fortnightly format. We basically answer all of your questions about anything green living or try and second guess the sustainability of things that sound good but maybe aren't.
Yeah. It's basically a safe space to receive your agonies. We are your agony.
We receive your agonies, your green agonies.
We absorb your agonies and feel all the more painful.
And we do a bit of research for you, essentially.
Yes. Anywho, we heard from Anthony this week.
What's Anthony got for the first one?
So Anthony asked a really good question, actually, and it's something that has been, I guess, lurking in the back of my mind for a while without really realising it. So Anthony goes, I'm pondering whether an emotionally engaged relationship with soil and sea should be an essential part of early learning curriculum. Certainly, creativity has the ability to increase an empathic attitude towards ecology, but I feel it shouldn't be a privilege or charitable. Ooh.
That is a good...
Thank you, Anthony.
A good old thing to ponder.
Big question.
We could just say, yes, we agree and move on. But we won't. That would be a very short episode. Yes, well, first place to look. We know that spending time outside is really good for our stress. Anecdotally, you and I know that.
Brilliant.
We'll go outside as a form of medication, self-care. But science has told us that, yes, it is indeed very good. We get lots of good benefits for things like our stress levels and how our well-being is doing. But what I found really interesting, I learned recently that you get more benefits and an overall sort of a betterness from the experience if you're not just outside, but you're being present outside. So you're like noticing nature and you have these mindful moments. So tasks like citizen science, or even if it's just spotting birds or slowing down and listening to the noise of like the wind rustling through trees or something, you get so much more out of that experience than just being outside.
And foraging as well, no?
Oh,
you're a forager.
Get me on foraging.
Back to foraging.
Yes, noticing all the different plants.
Yeah.
Things that you can
see things differently.
On.
Things that can kill you.
Things that can kill you.
Very meditative.
It's so, yeah. And, then I think as a forager, here we go.
I said foreigner then.
I think as a forager. That's one of the reasons I now pay attention to the seasons, because it's the repetitive nature of every year seeing when things are blooming or where they're blooming, when things are blooming or fruiting, where they're doing so, how that coincides with everything else. And you notice all these patterns, and then you notice how that ties to like all things have come earlier this year. Like everyone's been talking about blackberries coming early this year. It's because it's a hot, dry summer. Yeah. So everything's shifted forwards.
I think everyone has access to that innate sense of time and seasonality and where things should be and when they should come out, go away again. And that's all part of connecting to the nature.
The nature. Connecting to the nature. Yeah, and kind of the reason I wanted to start with this was not just because I wanted to talk about foraging, although you led me into that very nicely.
I led you up the garden foraging path.
Was kind of back to Andy's question about whether it should be part of kind of early learning curriculum, wasn't it? Other than just yes.
It's not sleepy. It's a post lunch.
Already having a yawn.
We've had a nice lunch, Anthony. And I'm sorry. I'm in the post-lunch slump or slunch.
The slunch, which
as Emma and Mark call it.
Yes, slunches.
It's nothing personal, time. Anthony. I'm fascinated by this conversation.
Yeah, well, tell your face.
Don't believe my yawn.
So there was a 2019 study which had a little look at people who feel connected to nature. And I would say we'd probably put ourselves in that bucket. We both feel quite protected to nature.
Yeah.
We also feel quite compelled to protect it. And the study looked at whether there was a link between that and whether people who felt more connected to nature were more likely to do things to protect the planet, which is why I think it would be so exciting to see this as part of the early years curriculum, because what they found out was it was a meta-analysis. They looked at lots of different pieces of research and they found that there was a very strong correlation or association between nature connectedness and pro-environmental behaviour. And it's not just that the people were self-reporting, you know, like, yes, I feel connected to nature, and yes, I do pro-environmental things. They also looked at observed behaviour, so they were watching what people do, and the intentions behind the behaviour as well. Because sometimes you can think you're doing pro-environmental behaviours without actually, it might not be something that actually is good, but the intention is there to protect nature.
Well, you protect what you love, right?
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, basically, we would have all thought that, but now there's a study saying, yes, protect what you love.
Happens. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Getting that into the early years curriculum or early learning would be, hopefully, an amazing mechanism for breeding more folks. Breeding's not the right word. Inspiring.
We want to breed a whole new generation. Okay.
Getting more people invested.
Yeah, that's good. Anthony, I wasn't sure what age range you meant by early years curriculum, but it reminded me of the fact that we are soon to be expecting the GCSE. Soon to be expecting the child of
new population.
Freshly bred.
I do have some fresh bread for you later, but that's another story.
So exciting. I bring kombucha, Emma brings fresh bread. We are
so nice
enjoying our honeymoon. What was I saying? Natural history, GCSE. So this has been a really long-running campaign led by the amazing campaigner Mary Colwell, who also heads up the brilliant charity Curl You Action, by the way.
Oh, I didn't make that link.
Curl You extraordinaire.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. So Mary initiated the push for the GCSE way back in 2011, and then it was confirmed this year by the Department for Education that it's going to happen, it's going to be a thing. It's supported by the Natural History Museum, which is supposedly guiding curriculum content and how it's going to be structured. Caroline Lucas, who's a former Green Party MP, is also supporting it and has supported how important it is for children and students to be learning about these things. But we're in a kind of strange limbo where it kind of all looks like it's going ahead, but then we haven't really heard anything about it in a while.
It went a bit quiet, didn't it?
Went a bit quiet. Feels like it's stalled. Don't really know what's on the curriculum. I'm fascinated to know what's on the curriculum. Mary Colwell has been a real proponent in trying to ensure and recommend that there are lots of fieldwork opportunities involved just to get kids outside, because as we know, it's so good in all facets of learning. There was a study in the Journal of Environmental Psychology earlier this year that found that feelings of awe and inspiration and love are all important and central to nature connectedness experiences. And then in another study, as part of the same big study, they found that meaningful and deliberate engagement, so like noticing things, identifying plants, noticing seasons, weather, are important and really central to the whole nature connectedness experience. Which is nice, amazing to see the word love in a hard scientific peer-reviewed journal, by the way.
Big fan of that.
Big taboo. I like that a lot. And emotion is so important. It's important in like the creative sector for communicating things. And I think really important in science communication especially. It has massive influence on like learning, information recall, reasoning, problem solving, especially attention. If you feel like emotionally connected to something, you're going to pay it way more attention. And that feeds back into what you were saying about protection and protecting it. So yeah, hopefully, Anthony.
Those are our musings.
And it would be amazing if there was can you imagine if there was a module on the GCSE that was on like emotion or connection?
Let's talk about how we feel about nature.
How do we feel about it? How do you feel about it?
Positively.
Positively, spiffingly brilliant.
Yeah.
No, really good question. We're watching and waiting with regards to the GCSE.
Yes.
Where's the A-level, by the way?
Yeah, true.
As well. If you're going to inspire a whole cohort of students.
And then just leave them after inspiring them at GCSE.
Yeah, they can't take it further.
What are they going to do next?
Surely it'd be, if you're going to do an A-level, you may as well, if you're going to do a GCSE, why don't you do a partnering A-level at the same time and just
launch
do all
them in
bish
next
bash
thing.
bosh.
Because there was a lot of appetite from school kids. Like, oh my God, I would love to do this. Maybe it's just the bubbles that we sit in online. But so many people are like, I would have done that in a heartbeat. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it feeds into so many other subjects. It's a no-brainer. But I really hope there's like a lot on ecology in there. Climate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little bit of forest bathing.
Oh,
would be good.
Learning outside.
Yeah.
Such a no-brainer. There's
Maybe
a
we
deep
should
dive in
teach on
there.
it.
Maybe we should be the course leaders.
Guys, we'll write the bloody curriculum, okay?
Module 1,
Here's how to
foraging.
find a slow worm. And how to know when your blackberries are ripe.
Not a euphemism.
What?
Good. I don't know. It just sounded euphemistic.
You've lost me. But maybe that's a good time to
Shall we
change
move on?
question. Sophie, you have another question, don't you?
I do. Is it along a similar theme? Maybe not really. No, probably not. It's about menstrual cups.
So no. Well, no, connecting to nature, I suppose, can be connecting to one's own natural processes.
Natural cycle, rhythms of nature.
She found a segue.
The female seasons, as it were. Seasons of woman. Ella. Hello, Ella. Thank you for asking this question. It's a good question. It is, why do they, and I assume she means menstrual cup brands, companies, say that menstrual cups last for just 10 years? Is silicone bad for us or the planet? Good question. We actually thought once upon a time, is it not a rogue spreadsheet of potential episodes, potential deep dives, to do an episode on like sustainable periods or like the products and
we
and
did
the waste
one really early on in For What It's Worth, and I feel like
yes, I
things have
remember that.
probably
Maybe an update, part
evolved.
2.
Yeah, I would be up for that. I think that'd be a really interesting one.
So perhaps it's worth having a little reminder about what are menstrual cups. I wasn't going to
we
take
got
you
a
through the whole
definition?
menstrual cycle.
On day one.
Menstrual cups. They are made of medical grade silicone, rubber, latex, or elastoma.
Oh, interesting.
And they can last for up to 10 years, which is partly one of the reasons why they've become
One of the
hailed
go-tos.
as a go-to sustainable option to reduce the like single-use waste of tampons and other products and sanitary pads and things like that. And they're designed with longevity in mind, not because they kind of inherently degrade within that time frame, but due to a very, I guess, understandable combination of factors like quality of the material, like where you got it from, usage, hygiene, things like that. To clean a menstrual cup, you have to boil it, I think.
I think so. I mean,
I can't say I've used one before.
I was going to say, yeah, now you know our habits don't include
use
those. I do have a friend that says she has a specific pan, which is just a cup boiling pan.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
you can also, I think there's also a microwave system. I feel like you can sort of steam them in a pot in the microwave somehow, but I really
you
don't
basically
know.
just need to, like,
they do need
hygiene is very important with these sorts of things.
Proper
and
sanitising.
Looking after them, like anything, like you would a phone or a laptop or whatever, looking after things you care about is important.
I love that you put the menstrual cup in the same box as your phone or laptop.
Life's priority.
Very important.
So, yeah, proper care and maintenance, I think, is kind of part of that 10-year time frame. But silicone as a material has mixed eco credentials. So it's often promoted as the greener alternative to plastic because it's durable, it can be reused potentially millions of times, can reduce microplastic pollution, but it does rely, as with most things, sadly, on fossil fuels to be produced. And for its non-biodegradability status, there's a lot of things going on in there for that to have that designation. It can be both plastic and rubber. So rubber tends to be natural and made from the latex of plants, while plastics have a different chemical composition from silicone. It's sort of sold under lots of different names, but essentially the component parts are the same. But it's like a synthetic polymer, basically.
Right.
And falls between both plastic and rubber, and it's like a spectrum. It sort of sits
I didn't realise that.
somewhere there. So I think probably some brands might be more on the plastic side, some might be more on the rubber side. But I think the main thing is not to overthink that so much. I think if you get on well with it and you're reusing it, you're looking after it, you're cleaning it, it is definitely much more sustainable than the other options for a woman at the moment if you're having regular periods.
Yeah, I mean, how many sort of decades, if we're looking at it in decades, right, you say one cup's going to last you a decade. Let's say you have 2 or 3 at a time, because you might need a backup.
Yeah.
Or,
Good idea.
you want options.
Yeah.
And if each of those is like, you're only replacing those every decade, Like, think about the amounts of cups you're going to use in your life as a menstruator.
Yeah.
Versus the amount of tampons, pads, period pants that you would need for like a whole lifetime of bleeding.
Well, and you might
so
start
small.
entering...
You could fit them all in a drawer.
You might start the menopause in your sort of late 40s, early 50s.
True.
So you might actually only need 3 or 4 in your whole time.
Gosh, in your whole life.
Yeah. So I'd say, like, don't, Ella, if you're
Worry too
using
much
them all,
about that.
Yeah, don't worry too much. I think it sounds like a great option and is a great option.
Yeah, and if yours is falling apart because you have used it for 10 years.
Yeah, I think if
Time to swap
instinctively you feel like it's looking a bit old and it might need replacing, probably replace it. You're not going to kill the earth by doing so.
Imagine. I've been burning fossil fuels my whole life, but I did make my menstrual cup last 10 years.
I don't want to hear of anyone who's had one for more than 10.
No, don't get in touch.
Just get a new one.
We can't be friends. Would you like to talk about beekeeping now?
Yes, please. Let's move to beekeeping.
Okay, so my final question for this listener's question episode, is beekeeping bad?
Oh,
Hot topic.
Really hot.
I wanted
So hot.
to do this one because I self-identify as an infrequent beekeeper. Mm-hmm. In that, for 2 years...
In your bio.
Oh, yeah, I should put that in, actually.
Should be in the bio.
Infrequent beekeeper. For 2 years, I kept honeybees.
I keep forgetting this, actually, that you did this. You're in your real era there.
Just my real era.
You're in your real era.
Well, there was quite a lot of reasons why. I mean, we as a human race have been keeping bees, honeybees specifically, for about 9,000 years. So, but essentially, the life cycle of a honeybee and the way their colonies work as one, it's like they all pull together to survive the colony as a whole. It's so fascinating. Basically, I just got really interested and I spotted that there was a beekeeping course for 60 quid in Bath for 3 weekends in a row, and they would let you go and actually have a go at beekeeping.
Not fill up the trays. That's what the bees do. Lift up the trays.
You can lift the frames. Yeah.
Frames. Sorry, frames.
You're going to get all the jargon.
Frames.
If I jargon you, tell me. So you could go into the types of hives that we kind of use as standard and see what's going on. And it's just so, I mean, you can literally peek at the life cycle, and it's such a privilege to be like, well, what are you guys doing? So I basically got really carried away. I was like, I'm just going to do a beekeeping course. Yeah. But everybody else on the course was like, well, where are you going to put your bees? Well, I'm getting my bees in my garden, blah, blah, blah. And then long story short, I ended up with bees. And there was a very lovely lady called Judy who allowed us to keep our bees in her walled garden, where, with the argument being, she's got an orchard, got a veg patch, lots of fruit.
Great for that.
Good for pollination. Mm-hmm. Also, I thought, right, bee chemistry and biology lesson. Honeybees connect pollen and nectar from plants. They'll also go and drink water. And take some water as well. Pollen is what they feed to their young. Yeah, they need a source of water as well. If you're beekeeping, you've got to make sure there's a good pond or reservoir or something nearby. But pollen is what they feed to the young larvae, whereas the nectar is the thing that gets chewed up, jangles about with all the enzymes in their stomach, and then gets effectively regurgitated back into the frames, into the comb that they've built into the frames. And that's what eventually becomes honey. And they're crazy clever, right? They use their wings to dehydrate this so that it becomes really syrupy. And that's how it gets to like the sugar content of honey, which is so sugary it doesn't go mouldy and it will last throughout the winter. Because when the flowers aren't out, they eat the honey that they stored over the summer to survive throughout the winter, because a small amount of the colony will
meal planning.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Very good meal planning.
Really, really good.
And the idea of beekeeping is they're really good at doing this. So they often make too much honey than they need for the winter. So if you can keep a colony happy and you've got them in your, standard beekeeping hive, you can essentially skim off the extra honey that they make, but leave them with enough that they'll use.
Is that the comb?
Exactly. Yeah, well, you can just get... So basically they live in a brood box at the bottom. That's where the queen's doing all her laying. And she's she can lay. She's fecund, much like... as a callback to an episode about fleas. She does a lot of laying. And then you have boxes above that she can't quite get into, but all the worker bees can, and that's where they store their honey. And you can stack those. And if there's loads of pollen around, loads of nectar around, then they can just keep producing. And so you can take boxes off, and then that's where you got your comb. And it's idyllic, right? You can see why I was like, yes, please.
It's you all over.
So the thing with honeybees are not in decline at all. They are not at risk of like species loss at all. And that's largely because A, they're very quite resilient, but B, loads of us love to beekeep. There are community beekeepers everywhere. You get them in urban environments, and it's very cool. You can have like hives on rooftops in cities and stuff.
So when you hear of pollinator decline, bee decline, that's bumblebees and solitary bees.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
So everybody's gone, save the bees, and instinctively thought, wow, these are the bees that I know.
Yeah.
Beekeeping
or
is a
using
good
a
thing.
honeybee as a logo of a Save the Bee campaign.
Yeah.
That's quite common, isn't it?
But there's 270 species of bee in the UK. Like I said, most of them are solitary bees and bumblebees. Honeybee is just one species, and they're not the one that needs help. And the problem is, if we're all having loads of hives, basically honeybees are like really good foragers, but they're generalists. So they will just go nuts on whatever flowers are about. They're not as specialised to like one particular plant. And that means that they can be hugely competitive for any other pollinators in the area that don't also have the help of a person being like, yo, here's a house, I'm going to keep feeding you. You guys doing okay? Just check you for disease? Okay, fine. Like they're getting so much attention and focus. You're essentially farming honey. Like it is a kind of weird process as well. Yeah. So like large apiaries, so places where there are loads of hives, they can totally monopolise on nectar and pollen, which means there's way less for other native species, and those are the ones that
So they drain the local resources.
Drain the resource, yeah. Essentially, I thought honey would be a more sustainable alternative to like ultra-processed sugars and foods and stuff. And yes, it absolutely is. I'm still pro eating honey. But what I really want to talk about was make sure you're buying it local. Well, make sure you're looking after the other bees as well. Don't go into this being like, I'm going to beekeep. This is me saving the bees. You're not. Those bees don't need saving. You have pet bees. You're farming bees. They are livestock. Look after the other bees too.
Wild bees.
But like, if you're going to have honey, what you need to do is make sure that you're buying it locally from local pals, local friends. Go to community places.
Tastes so good too.
Tastes
local
so good.
Honey.
You should look at a rack of honey and be like, oh my God, there's 47 colours here. It should not all look the same. It totally depends on what they've been foraging, what the time of year is. Like chestnut honey is red and like balsam honey is bright white, and some of it crystallises and some of it's sloppy. But when you go into like Lidl's, Tesco's, whatever, you just see these jars of
just
orange.
monoculture.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. So my task for you and anyone else who eats honey, next time you go and buy a jar, have a look at the back. I want you to look for anything that says made with non-EU blends or non-EU honey. And that is an absolute no. Do not be buying non-EU blended honey. Here's why. Remember we talked about nectar, and nectar being the thing that they will forage for, that they turn into honey. In kind of the shoulder seasons of beekeeping, you can feed your bees blocks of sugar or sugar water when there is not enough nectar in the environment to keep that colony alive. And you can use that as a supportive mechanism. And what they will do is they'll eat that sugar water and then they'll regurgitate it into the comb and create like a honey-like, basically sugar swap. Fine to keep them going through seasons where there's not enough food. But in places outside of Europe, they're allowed to do that year round. So there are massive honey farms that will just be like really extensive, all the way to the horizon apiaries. You've got hundreds and thousands of colonies all stacked in close together. They are not even foraging on local flowers. They are being fed syrup year round. So it's not honey. The product you're getting is not honey. It's just getting regurgitated syrup. The bees are not being treated well. They're not having any of the pollination benefits elsewhere. And it's essentially factory farming.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah. So that is my stand. It's the bees aren't treated well. The product isn't good. If you're going to eat honey, brilliant. Don't think of it as a mechanism for saving bees, but it's still an okay thing to do. Just buy it locally. There are so many people
local
around the UK.
So good as well. There's a really good place that does local honey about a mile from us, and it just tastes amazing.
So good.
So good. Remind us of what we need to look for on the label.
Anything that says like non-EU blends or a blend of EU and non-EU honey, no.
Absolutely
you only
not.
want UK-based
Stop
honey.
it.
Yeah, I'm afraid. It's even better if it's just like from somebody called Jan 2 roads away. You know?
Oh yeah, unlabelled.
Lovely.
Ideally.
Yes. So good.
Very good.
So that's
good
my
question.
honeybee.
Yeah, really good. Because I think honey's come into the conversation quite a lot because it's been quite a bad hay fever year.
Oh, right.
And so a lot of people have recommended, buy local honey, have a teaspoon of it a day.
Have you tried that? Does it work?
Well, I don't get hay fever.
Ah.
So I don't know.
Hang on. To the one person in the room that gets hay fever.
Oh, yes.
Mark.
Does it help?
Yeah, have you...
Asking? I think it does, yeah. I've never really stuck with it enough, though.
Is it a bit like having a vaccination against local pollen by just having a small hit of it and then your body...
Supposedly the more local it is, the better. It's
I'm getting distracted by the next set of notes, which is actually an email that we've got from a lovely listener, and it's entitled Bathroom Movement. This is actually the subject. It goes, bathroom movement, in brackets. Actually, that sounds wrong, sorry.
You're not sorry though, are you, Andrew? Because you put it in there anyway, and you knew it would make us laugh.
It really did.
It's the return, Sophie, it's the return of Andrew. Andrew of, I mean, there's been many Andrews, but this is the original
many
Andrew
Andrews.
from back in January who was like,
Cleaning Andrew.
I'm cleaning my bathroom and you're great.
The start of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It became a massive thing. Yeah, we love... Hello, Andrew. It's very nice of you to get back in touch.
To, in your own words, shuffle into your inbox.
Oh, yes. And he
back.
he confesses of bathroom cleaning fame. Hello.
Hello to you. Essentially, I just wanted to make sure you had a little shout out because you've been very kind and said you haven't listened to any of this year's For This Earth episodes.
Thanks so much for getting in touch. We love hearing from you.
But we forgive you because you've said, the thing is, I got out of the habit of cleaning and listening to podcasts with one thing and another. The one thing being that my wife and I had a baby, and the other thing being I've been a bit rubbish. So just want to say congratulations.
Amazing. Congratulations very much. What flavour baby did you have?
What flavour baby? That's a whole new thing. I had never interacted with that as a phrase before.
Let me know.
What flavour baby did you have?
And Andrew has indeed sparked movement of people cleaning to the podcast. We had a few other people get in touch saying that they were cleaning things, weren't they?
Yeah, if nothing else, Andrew, you taught us that we're very good background noise to mundane chores. And, we'll take that. Yes. But yeah, we just wanted to say thanks for coming back. We're glad that you've let us know that you're still listening and still cleaning, although you've said actually you're now mainly washing up and sterilising. But thanks for your very kind words about us being good company while you do your chores.
He said,
I'm off to shove... Oh, I can't speak, you do this.
He said, I'm off to scrub a shower screen and catch up on another episode. Well, if you would like to tell us what episode you scrubbed your shower to, that could be another good email. He also said that Andrew also said that I seemed disturbingly invested in
what he was cleaning. Yeah,
you were cleaning.
It was fascinating. It was I'm very happy to open that door to all listeners again. Let us know what you clean while listening to the podcast. I'm also going to blow your trumpet because he did and you won't blow your own.
No.
He's bought himself a copy of To Have or To Hold, which is your superb latest book. It's currently lying on the bedroom floor to be picked up.
What's it doing there?
So not read.
It's a really good step.
It's a good floor book. You've heard of coffee table book.
It's a good floor book. Put it under the bed, ideally.
He's hoping to finish it by the time his little boy goes to university.
Is that in about 5 years' time? You say little boy, he's probably got about 10 years left. Oh my gosh, he's just been born.
So in 18 years.
Yeah, I do recommend in the prologue that you don't gallop through. It's not a book to gallop through.
It's to be enjoyed over the long term.
1 page a year.
Oh.
Thanks, Andrew.
Sounds like the rate he's going through. But
it's very nice.
Welcome back, Andrew. Thanks very much.
I hope you're enjoying parenthood.
Yes. And thank you to the rest of you for listening to this episode of For It's Earth podcast, whether you were cleaning or not. It was brought to you, of course, with support from our lovely friends at Yo Valley Organic.
Why don't you make sure that you've subscribed to the podcast so that you're the first to hear all our episodes? We have loads coming up still in this series, and it just helps us reach new listeners and find new people, especially those of you who might be interested in joining the community of For What It's Earthlings. We're still doing that. Quite like it.
Yeah.
Are you off it now?
I've gone off it.
Is it giving you the ick? You've got an ick on your face.
Yeah, I do. Thank you. I do have an ick on my face.
Yeah. What's that? It didn't sound good coming out of my mouth.
I don't know if I like it, but we haven't come up with anything better. So for now, it remains.
What Earth Children? No, that's worse.
That's worse. For more from us, because why would you not want more of this? You can join us on Instagram at For What It's Earth Podcasts, and you can also be part of an upcoming episode, which, I mean, why would you not want to? Either send us an email with what you've been cleaning, or indeed, more broadly, what you've been doing while you listen. or share your own listeners' questions. We're here to listen to all things eco, green living, queries, quandaries. We'll try and answer them on the podcast every other week.
We shall indeed. So you can send us an email on forwhatitsearthpod@gmail.com, or send us a DM on Instagram or a voice note on Instagram. And we will.
Yeah, Andrew, we'd like a voice note next time.
Yeah, what's your voice? What's your voice like?
You can also support the podcast if you fancy it. Not just Andrew, the rest of you can too. You can send us a donation.
Directly, Andrew, give us some money.
Andrew, sign up to support us monthly through Ko-Fi. You've got nothing else on, so you might as well. Where we're starting to pop a few bits of exclusive, extra bonus or early content. You can even, if you wanted, watch a video episode or two. All right?
Yeah.
Get on.
So it can be as little as the cost of a coffee, but it does go a long way in helping us cover the costs of running the podcast, making it, producing it, editing it, making it sound sweet.
I mean, this has been a fairly deranged end, so I don't know if we can say that it sounds sweet. But yeah, thanks everyone who already does use our Ko-Fi platform. You are as much a part of the team as the rest of us. Thanks for keeping us going.
And you can get yourself a t-shirt with For What It's Earth on it, or a bag from our Tmall store.
Why would you not? All the links you need to all of those wonderful things are in the episode description.
Farewell.
Best wishes. For What It's Earth is hosted and produced by Emma Brisdion and Sophie Pavelle, and mixed and edited by Mark Skinner.